Hey folks, welcome to a fireside chat with Kat, except this evening we are down at the local pond. And we are going to talk about why my son Ruben here just bought his first truck. So Ruben, what kind of truck is this?
The model is an M880. It is Dodge. The year it's a 77 Dodge.
It's a 77, that's right. So for Ruben's 9th birthday this week, his dad and I went in half on the truck, and then he raised up the other half of the money with his allowance and doing his chores, and he paid, what, $250 we paid?
500.
He paid half, we paid half.
Okay, so he paid $250 and we paid another $250 for a total of $500 for this truck from a neighbor's yard that he did not need anymore. So we thought we'd talk about this evening why we think it's important that people, young people, any people of any age, should be interested in old vehicles, old machinery, anything like this, and why it's been successful for us. Now, a lot of people are going to look at this rig and they're going to say that is full of rust and this is just straight to the junkyard. But my husband here, who knows all about these types of vehicles, I thought we'd talk to him this evening and he could explain why we think this is so important. So this here is James. And James, so why is this a good bet? Why do we think that this is important for our son who's 9? Why should he get a 1977 Dodge truck?
Well, yeah, while it doesn't look like much now, this is a great opportunity for our son to learn lifelong mechanical skills. And this is something that, with my field that I work in and with homeschooling, is an opportunity for him to grow his mechanical aptitude, which he has shown. While it might not be for every one of our children, this is very much something that our oldest is interested in.
So Ruben's very mechanically skilled, and we picked up on that. So this is a good bet for us because we know that he can peck away at this over the next few years as he's getting older and until he's able to drive, and that he can learn how to maintain this vehicle, which is a very good skill to have because most people don't even know how to check their oil, let alone change it, or anything more complicated than that on a vehicle. We want our kids to know as many hands-on skills as possible because as things become more complicated, they become more complicated to repair. And so for him to have access to this vehicle at such a young age, he can start to get ready for a vehicle that will help him succeed as a teenager or young adult.
Yeah, and it's not just about fixing up an old car. I mean, I'm a bit of a car guy. I love Dodge trucks. But beyond that, if he can learn at a young age to work with his hands and polish his mechanical skills, that's going to translate to many different skill sets throughout his life, whether he decides to be writer or
Whether he's a mechanical engineer or an auto mechanic.
You're always going to be repairing something. If you live in a house, one day the light switch doesn't work. And being able to look at something critically and think about, like, well, why doesn't it work? Is there a problem at the fuse block, or is the power out? He'll be able to. This is a base for him to start to learn those sorts of problem-solving skills that a lot of people these days don't have.
So we think it's important. We think it's important that people know these skills because if you don't have the skills or you don't know someone that you can team up with to repair things, you are at the mercy of a system that is designed to exploit you. And right now, a lot of people, you can't even roll down your window without a subscription to some sort of service in your new modern vehicle. You touch things, they blink at you. I don't drive a vehicle like that. We don't have car payments. My husband's never had a car payment. He pulls vehicles out of the woods, out of junkyards, out of places like that, and he fixes them up and we drive them. They require work, hands-on skills, but you know what? It keeps us free from those systems that keep so many people tied to being exploited. and in the rat race. So people will drive 90 minutes, to work so that they can afford to drive 90 minutes to work every day. That seems like an utterly absurd system to me, and we as a family have decided that we as the adults are not going to participate in it, and we are going to do everything that we can while our children are young and plan ahead so that they don't have to participate in it as if they don't want to. Now, if they want to grow up and they want to be in the rat race, that's perfectly fine. I'm gonna guess that they won't want to enter something that they don't have to, that causes so much pain and distress to so many Americans. And our hearts really go out to those folks. And that's why we created this channel, and we want to help folks start to peel back those layers of why are we so dependent on these systems? Why might it make sense for a 9-year-old boy, with the help of his parents, to buy what looks like a clapped out truck? But it's not. It's still really good. We can repair this. We can find a new bed. It's solid under the engine. James knows how all of this works, and this is one of his skill sets, and we highly encourage all of our children to develop those skills, whatever they are, and then we can help each other build a strong family so that we're not just fractured and splintered and chasing the rat race all the time and not having a real meaningful life, because we want to have the opportunities to come down to places like this on a Friday evening. Normally we come down and we have a picnic in the summers, but we are just coming down for a cruise this evening. It was raining earlier. It let up just before we left, so we just decided to come down for a quick cruise, and we'll go back and have our sandwiches at home. But this is one of our favorite spots, and we come down and we watch the birds and we do some foraging, and this is the stuff that matters, right? Not chasing the rat race, enjoying life, enjoying our family. So folks, we're gonna get back to it. There's the new truck. We don't have a name for it yet, but we are excited that it's joined the fleet, and we'll have some more auto mechanic tips and tricks and ideas and content for you here soon, because that is something that is a really big part of our life. So take care and enjoy your cruise night wherever you are.